Leave businesses in South Africa with an alternative to not retrench workers, which was tried and tested in Sweden as well as Venezuela. Business here could consider cutting costs and retrenchments by having fewer work hours and shorter work weeks, such as it is the case in Sweden and Venezuela. Joining us this morning is Francois Wilbers, who is an organisational psychologist at Work Dynamics from Cape Town. Well, Francois, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Pelisa.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. Now, fewer work hours and shorter work weeks for us in South Africa, could it really work?
Yes, it can certainly work. I think it is, there's two reasons why you would like to do shorter work weeks. One is for economic reasons, and the second one is for quality of work life. But I think in South Africa it is considered for the current weak economic outlook for South Africa, where people are retrenching. I think if you look at the hike in the unemployment rate to 26.7%, just recently announced by the Statistics General, then it is evident that that is why we should consider shorter work weeks as an alternative to retrenchments.
So I believe in that way more people will be employed.
Yes.
But then on the economical perspective of things, Francois, the approach, is it really working for the economy of Venezuela as well as Sweden?
Well, it is early days to do that. And remember, as I say, the two reasons for it is different. If you look at Sweden currently have an economic growth rate of 4.5% and an unemployment rate of about 7.6%. It's quite different to Venezuela, where you have a 6% unemployment rate but a minus 7.1% growth rate. So the economy is shrinking. I think within Sweden, the approach to shorter work weeks is more one of kind of quality of work life than, for instance, in Venezuela, where it is really a cost-cutting exercise, especially with the public service, where the shorter work weeks have been introduced.
So basically, if the approach is brought here in South Africa, it might not have the desired effects for the economy, but can be able to decrease unemployment rate.
Yes, it can definitely help to stabilize at least the economic unemployment rate, where it has been employed by large economies in the past, like for instance in the 2008-2009 economic meltdown. The US approach was one of retrenchments, and the one in Germany, they employed the Kurzarbeit, which was a short-time approach to the problem. In the US, the unemployment rate increased from 5% to 10%, whilst in Germany, with their approach of short time, the unemployment rate remained more or less the same.
Do you perhaps know of any businesses or companies that are actually considering the approach here in South Africa?
Yes, I think over the years it is an approach that have been used by some of our organizations. Some of our own clients actually use that approach instead of laying people off. It is definitely something that is practiced across South Africa.
And it's really working for them, although it's not good news for some of the employees. I mean, the fact that your working hours are going to be cut, it means that salaries are going to be affected as well.
Yes, obviously, salaries will be proportionately less in terms of the hours that you're working. But what is the alternative? The alternative is no job at all, no income at all. So I think, it is not a good space to be in. But I mean, it is the better of the two evils, I suppose.
And I believe it's also good news for the employees as well, because it is also said that those who work less hours tend to be more productive at work.
Yes, that is the movement on quality of life across the globe, where they feel that the work week should be 4 days instead of 5 days. And their experience is that working a 4-day work week, productivity actually increased. But that is an argument for basically increasing the quality of life of people at work. What we are facing with is completely different. We are facing with a situation of kind of having businesses surviving in a very distressed economy. And that is, I think, our approach to the, or should it be our approach to the problem.
Well, Francois, that's where we're going to leave it this morning, but thank you very much for your insight.
Good.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's Francois Wilbers. He is a psychological, organizational psychologist talking to us about working fewer work hours and short work weeks. I don't know what you think about it, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect some employees, especially in their pockets. Well, it's 7 minutes.